I request Shri D Venketesan, Regional Director, Western and Southern Region, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, to share his opinion, experience, and knowledge with us.
Namaste and very good morning.
Namaste, sir.
Honorable Cabinet Minister of Tourism and Environment, Government of Maharashtra, Shri Aditya Thackerayji, Shri Dada Saheb Bhuse Saheb, Honorable Minister for Agriculture and Ex-Servicemen Welfare, Government of Maharashtra, Ms. Aditi Sunil Tatkare, Honorable Minister for State for Industries, Mining, Tourism, Horticulture, Sports and Youth and Welfare, Government of Maharashtra, Ms. Valsa Nair ma'am, respected Principal Secretary, Department of Tourism, Government of Maharashtra, who has been a big support to India tourism always. Shri S.K. Mishra sir, former Principal Secretary to Prime Minister and former Secretary Tourism, Government of India. Dr. P. Chandrasekhar, Director General, National Institute of Agriculture. Dr. Harsh Verma, Ex-Director, UNWTO. Shri Pand Rang Tavre, Managing Director, Agri Tourism Development Corporation and convener of today's International Conference of Agri Tourism. And Shri Astos Sahil ji, Managing Director MTDC, Director Tourism Government of Maharashtra, Shri Steve Borgia, and all the eminent and distinguished panelists, national and international speakers, and all participants who have joined online. I would like to record my sincere appreciation to Agri Tourism Development Corporation and Maharashtra Tourism Department for organizing this two-day international conference on agri-tourism on the virtual platform, focusing on the rural women's sustainable entrepreneurship opportunities through agriculture tourism. As our earlier speakers have said, Maharashtra is one of the most significant agri-tourism destinations in India. Farm homestay has become a popular concept, in fact, in Baramati and Shayadri Hills, and locals have been encouraged to offer farm stays in order to cater to the growing demand of the tourist. As we all know, stay in a farm is an important element of agri-tourism experiences, and in order to improve the visitor experiences to farms and agro-tourism units, it is important that training in different spheres of hospitality, behavioral skills, marketing and sales skills, destination promotion skills, etc., is imparted to the stakeholders. In this regard, the Ministry of Tourism has already taken a lead, and in February 2021, we organized a mega workshop for training of homestay owners in Darjeeling. Similar workshops were held in Kochi also. And today, on behalf of India Tourism Mumbai, I would like to propose to extend such training workshop for the farm stay owners in Maharashtra. We will consult the Maharashtra Tourism Department and together come out with a schedule soon. Incidentally, I was in a conversation with the Sindhudurg tourism stakeholders, Mahasangh, also yesterday, who are keen on having such capacity building programs. And I would like to propose that such training will be a continuous process, just not in one area, but across the state and also other regions which the India Tourism looks after. In fact, the Ministry of Tourism is making various efforts to register accommodation units in the country in the ministry's portal called the National Integrated Database for Hospitality Industries, which is shortly known as NIDI. Till date, over 35,000 accommodation units have been registered in the portal, which was activated in 2020. The farm stay owners may come forward to register their units under this portal. In fact, we have translated the whole guidelines in Marathi language, which I will be sharing with the state tourism department and also with the agro tourism corporation for wider dissemination, so that more and more such units can be registered and be a part of the uh, our national database. Given the current COVID-19 outbreak, it is important that all accommodation units take suitable measures to restrict any further transmission of virus while providing accommodation to other service post lockdown. As we have seen in the past, the trend towards traveling to rural areas and to wilderness destinations has been big, and similarly the farm destinations would again be an important attractions once the travel opens. The Ministry of Tourism has already in place an operational recommendation for B&Bs, homestays, and farm stays, which aim to minimize all possible physical contacts between staff and guests. And we would also, again, after this conference, share those operation guidelines, which can further be disseminated if it has not been seen by the stakeholders, so that the future travelers can be taken care and there is more confidence. Let me also touch upon some initiatives and best practices which has been witnessed across the country. In fact, the Department of Tourism, Government of Kerala, is implementing something called the Green Farm Kerala scheme for promotion of farm tourism. The scheme aims to preparing the farm plantations in the state to receive tourists. Similarly, the state government of Punjab has given due importance for promotion of farm and agriculture tourism. In fact, the Punjab State Tourism Policy 2018 has been notified, and a scheme for registration of farmhouses of agro-tourism has been promoted through press and electronic media. So these are some initiatives outside Maharashtra also, where we can look up for the best practices which are being done by such organizations. In fact, the Ministry of Tourism, on its part, has also instituted a National Tourism Award in the category of Best Rural slash Agri slash Plantation Tourism Projects to motivate the stakeholders in the tourism sectors for implementing such product. In fact, our convener today has been recipient of the National Tourism Award in the past. In fact, I remember meeting him for the first time when he was uh, selected for this award. In fact, we know that the rural tourism is also a mainstay and important activity which is being promoted by Ministry of Tourism, and the agriculture tourism invariably is an important component of this rural tourism. In fact, way back in 2012, the endogenous tourism project was launched, where initially 39 villages spread across the country were selected for development in cooperation with UNDP. This was further extended to around 169 villages, and now it has been subsumed by the Swadesh Darshan scheme, where we have the rural circuit. Under this Swadesh Darshan scheme, the ministry has been supporting thematic circuits, as I said, the rural circuit also, and the states of Bihar and Kerala in the past between 2017, 18, and 18, 19 have been sanctioned projects under rural sector. So maybe going forward, other states can also look up to the rural circuit for development of rural tourism and agro tourism. Besides this, there is also a scope for synergy beyond the Ministry of Tourism. There is this Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, which is by the Department of Agriculture Cooperative and under the Ministry of Agriculture, where states like Odisha, Rajasthan have also been provided support. So we should look at how we can synergize just not the tourism department resources, but also other related ministries who have been supporting such initiatives. And going forward, I would also like to inform that under the Ministry of Tourism revised guidelines for approval of tour operators, etc., we have a segment now which is called green shoots or startups, where the tour operators can register without any experience, or with and with not much of requirements, and this will again, I would urge that the agri-tourism operators can chip in and also take a role as a tour operator, and such tour operators also have the scope for financial assistance for marketing, etc., under the market development assistance scheme of Ministry of Tourism. So this will again help in bringing in additional resources. In fact, I would also like to say that the India Tourism Mumbai will be, once the situation improves and when things are fine, would like to organize some fam tours, especially from the big cities in Maharashtra, bringing in tour operators to the actual farms and to see and assess the facilities and the infrastructure, so that there is more visibility. We have supported events which have been happening in the past. For example, the Bodhi Chiku Festival, which happened in 2020 February, was supported by India Tourism Mumbai also. So similarly, to create awareness, we would also would like to tie up with the stakeholders and the state government to promote this. The India Tourism, again, as a representative of the Ministry of Tourism for the Western and Central India, would be very happy to collaborate and take forward this product of the agrotourism. In fact, I had spoken in one of the conferences in Gujarat where the focus was on the food tourism and agri-tourism in Maharashtra, and it was quite welcomed. And almost everybody in the industry do acknowledge that Maharashtra has been pioneer in agriculture tourism. And going forward with this Mumbai declaration, I'm sure more thoughts and ideas would come up. With this, I once again pledge the support from the India Tourism Office in Mumbai for development of agri-tourism in the region, and specifically in Maharashtra in cooperation with the state tourism and the stakeholders. Thank you.